So welcome to, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say, if it's Vimal, if it's Dad, if it's, I have to figure out a way to address you for the rest of the evening so it doesn't feel uncomfortable. We'll say Vimal because I think that's how everybody knows you mostly. But it's Dad and Dad for at least a few tables here, so that's good. We want to welcome everybody to Vimal's 75th birthday, a celebration and an evening of family, friends, food, and fun. My name is Haril. I will be your MC, and I am Vimal's only Gujarati son-in-law, so that's good. Of all of the ones that he has, it's just me. So anybody here who is Gujarati tonight, you're in good company with just me. Hey, all right. 1, 2 hands. That's perfect. This is how, between this entire room, we're still a minority within this one room, which is unbelievable considering. So we have a lot of events going on this evening, and we want to just kick it off. I know the salads and everything are going on, so please enjoy. Thank you everybody for coming, and I'm sure the evening will be filled with a lot of fun. I'm going to begin the night by introducing a few people to come up here and share the podium with me. And we want to start the entire evening off with a birthday prayer. And this birthday prayer will be led by Vishaka. Vishaka is one of Dad Vimal's most recent arrivals in the Sodani clan. And from a very creative background in film production technology, Vishaka is one of the sources of the family's energy, inspiration, and Vishaka will now come up, if you will, and recite this birthday prayer. I believe everybody has this prayer at your place setting. So Vishaka will sing a line, and she would like you to follow along.
Hi, Babaji. So we just jointly want to wish you a very happy birthday and pray for you. So I will be singing one line, and I request everyone to please repeat after me. So we'll start. Sudinam Sudinam Janmadinam Tava Bhavatu Mangalam Janmadinam Chiranjeeva Kuru Kirti Vardhanam Chiranjeeva Kuru Punya Vardhanam Vijay Bhavatu Sarvatra Sarvada Bhavatu Mangalam Janmadinam Bhavatu Mangalam Janmadinam. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Vishaka. Okay. So the next two folks that are going to come up in the short 20 years that I've been involved in the Sodani family, very short period of time. Ever since I've been in the family, I've seen these two folks as fixtures in the family for so many years, longtime friends. And I'm going to give a quick introduction before I ask them to come up, but essentially, and I refer to them obviously as Alkanti and Umesh uncle, so you guys can figure out, again, it's this whole Vimal Dad, it's Alkanti and Umesh uncle. So Alkanti is a very good friend and family friend for many years, and she's one of those friends that are there 24/7 for us and helping us in any way that she can. Very artistic, very meticulous. I remember our wedding, just all the time that she spent putting together all the baskets and all these amazing little crafts and projects. Incredibly amazing. Anything she does, it's always from her heart. Umesh uncle is a very special person who has become one of Dad's Vimal's, sorry. See, I do that all the time. One of Dad Vimal's / most closest confidants over the last years. He brings energy to our lives. inspiring us better in our spirituality, community involvement, and personal relations. His willingness to sacrifice himself to ensure those around him that they feel loved, secure, cannot be matched. While, for example, when the rest of us were here getting ready for today at this event, Umesh uncle and his wife had just finished clearing immigration, if you can believe it, at Newark Airport on their way back from a 2-week yatra in India, and quite literally would not miss this event for anything in the world. So at this time, we're so blessed to have Umesh uncle here and his family, and please welcome both Alkanti and Umesh uncle to the podium at this time. You guys get to share this one mic.
Hi, good evening. Beautiful venue. All the kids, thank you so much for having us over. And we have been all enjoying and taking pictures outdoors, and phenomenal view of the Hudson. It is my pleasure that Sodani family asked me to speak at Sodani. We call him Sodani Saab actually. Sodani Saab's 75th birthday party. Suhas and you know, Harriet, you mentioned Gujarati. Sodani is definitely an Indorian. And it's ironically, Suhas and I, we are not Indorians. We are very close friends to Sodani family. Not Indorians, we have never been to Indore. But you know, somehow or other, Sodani managed to get us into the Indorian group. It's a very influential person. And let me tell you briefly how I met the Sodani family. In 1973, I came to United States as a new bride. Suhas and I, we lived in Brooklyn then. Our neighbors were Sodanis and Sudhir and Pramila Jain. And you know, everybody knows how it was coming to New Jersey, coming to USA. Cold winter time, we didn't have a car, we didn't go out. Our only friend with the car was Sodani. So, you know, and we didn't have car seats, so 8 people, 9 people could easily, comfortably sit in a car. And so first weekend came, Sodani said, okay, I'll take you out. I was really excited that, you know, get to see New York City. You know, what you can see here, there was nothing like that, but, you know, we could see Statue of Liberty, whatever. All excited, I run downstairs to get into his car. What do I see? Sodani साहब की गाड़ी का नंबर था 420 और तब तो इंडिया में था कि वो मिनिस्टर लोग जो वगैरह थे तो उनके गाड़ी के ना लाइसेंस प्लेट पर्सनलाइज होती थी उन सिर्फ मिनिस्टर लोगों के और यू नो जो शोड ए कैरेक्टर और मैंने बोला सोदानी साहब 420 और न्यूयॉर्क में घूम रहे हैं मैं तो इतनी इनोसेंट बम्बई की लड़की थी इनोसेंट लड़की So I was really scared. We got into the car. I was not paying attention to Brooklyn Botanical Garden or whatever you're showing me then, Canal Street. So we went around. As soon as I come home, I said, Suhas, we need to move away from this family. I can't. 420 ke saath main nahi reh sakti. So sure enough, a month later, we moved to Jersey City, then to North Bergen. Guess who was our neighbor in North Bergen? Them and Sodanis again. They moved in again. We moved to Morris County. They moved with us also. ये लोग तो हमारा पीछा छोड़ने ही नहीं देते थे. Over the years, I really came to know those people really well, and I realized 420 was just a prank played by New York State. These people were far from 420. Over the years, I had learned so much from this family. And, you all know Sodani. He is a man of values, and the values have been carried to the third generation. You can see it over here. He brought his family from India, and really, I mean it from the bottom of my heart, how he has managed to keep them all together. Not many people can accomplish that, and I really mean that. And another thing, the younger generation, Haril, I don't see you. Oh, yeah. So, people, they call him Papaji, the second generation, right? And, you know, he has justified that name in all the respect. You know, he really, you know, you have really justified that name. He has been a mentor to his, not only to his daughters, but also his nephews. And the achievement, I'm sure you will agree on this, when you have made, you know, a lot of contribution is because of your dad, who has supported you all the way. And living with you guys, I've seen how much he has supported your education, and he is a man of education. So Dani, you're not only a successful businessman, you know that, but you know, he has done a lot of charity work in India, United States. He has been a supporter, for as long as I know, a supporter of BJP and Vishwa Hindu Parishad. You introduced us to Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Over the years, Pai family and Sodani family, we have developed a bond which is thicker than blood. You know, unfortunately, we don't get to see each other that much. You know, we're busy with our own grandchildren. But Suhas and I, we definitely know one thing. We can rely on Papu and Sudani Sahab any time of the day or night. So, Sudani Sahab, wishing you a happy birthday from the Indorian group. And just to show his achievement, I have a little something for him. He'll be surprised. So I have something for you to show you one of your achievements. So I'll give the mic over to Umesh. You can open it. You can open and show it.
Good evening to everyone. It's my great honor, being a new kid on the block, if you want to call it, to say a few words about Vimalji. Maybe a different Vimalji than you've heard from Alkaji. We, the Sodani and Shukla families, came to know each other through actually Vishwa Hindu Parishad of America. I had become the life member back in 2006 or 5, or Gaurang, I can verify whatever the date might be. And that's when we started meeting in our regular meetings. And the first couple of years were basically we would meet and say hello, and really nothing much happened in terms of special bonding. However, there was a catalyst which came in 2009. It was decided to hold a special conference, a special get-together for life members, patrons, and also have a new membership drive. And Vimalji and I were assigned the task of bringing this program together. And that's when I started, of course, getting to know him, and we started knowing each other. Basically, we started planning late in 2009. The program was to happen in 2010, sometime in October. And you know, VHP is a family organization where the families really participate. It's not just the individuals. So right from the start, even though it's a family organization, it was made very clear, in case you don't know Vimalji, very meticulous about everything. Everything has to be classic, high standard, and so on. So somehow family atmosphere in this doesn't fit. But anyway, we wanted to bring this together according to his idea of really having a formal professional program. And how meticulous he is. I wrote a lot of things, but I'm not going to go through. I'll just preparing the invitation letter to invite people. It took probably 6 to 8 revisions, and probably 3 months. By the time we were done. But anyway, I mean, at times one may feel very frustrating that it takes so long to get things done, but you start realizing his qualities, his contribution. Slowly, it takes time. It was my first time, and there were many things like this which had really, like, what should be the location, what should be the food menu, what should be the program, what should be the agenda when people come. Every minute details, like what you're facing today, has already been worked out many months in advance. And same thing happened over there. Who will sit where, etc. So my initial impression when I started out was really, of course, he has very high standards, but he's also very inflexible. He needs to understand every minute detail, and everything must be flawless. For example, even a comma in a letter cannot be missed. Later on, I realized that you really need one such person like him on the team to make everything really meticulous and flawless. During this time, I had to probably visit his office at least 10 times, to have our meetings, which would go on for 2-3 hours, and then the work will begin after that. The good thing which came out was not often, but at least sometimes, Papu Ben participated in those meetings, and she, after I left, she was doing the work which was assigned to Vimalji. But she did it so quickly, and everything just worked out so nicely in that program, and that's really made our program was very successful, and our bonding really grew stronger and stronger every single day after that. The second project or group of projects which we worked again related to VHP, but this is to India now. Vimalji had a passion to somehow renovate the central office in Delhi of VHP. Ashok Singhal-ji, when I talked, he said, no, I don't need it. I mean, he's a very simple man, but Vimalji really wanted to, like a showcase office. Again, remember, flawless, he wants really professional. So when you go to the office, it should really look professional. And in India, these people are used to whatever office they have, they work. So we needed fundraising. So it took us several rounds, and we eventually got it done in a short, very determined individual. Rarely you would come across, we have to get it done, that's no matter what. So that's what I learned from him, really, how to make sure that whatever cause you believe in, you get it done. Fundraising, I don't know, probably 300,000 or something we might have raised. Several rounds we did it, but now we still have one final round to go through on that one. And we worked very hard to approach people and get this job done, because nobody wants to give you funds for making an office. They can give you funds for poor children or poor families, and medicines and so on, but nobody wants to give you office renovation money. The second project again in Bharat was the Gaushala project in Allahabad, where we have a Gaushala, which needs badly the funding. Vimalji came to me, so both of us chipped in for several years, and we have been running it through. Really, it was small sum, so we didn't need to go out and raise funds. And the third project, which still goes on, is this Diwali bonus to all the workers. This shows his kind-heartedness, helping, even though we don't know these people. In VHP office, in central office, there are about 75 workers who don't get any bonus like many other companies in India. It's not a profit organization. So once he told me about this, both of us started chipping in to make sure that there is yearly bonus, and that goes on even now. And another example was Ashok Singhal-ji, who came twice in 2011 and 12, successive years. We were assigned to chalk out his program. We worked very nicely, and in 2012 especially, I was also responsible for HMEC in California, and that was quite an experience, making sure everything goes very well. And ever since that first program in 2010, we have been really working flawlessly, seamlessly. Then came 2012, and this was a great surprise to us. We were told that on December 8th, there will be a wedding anniversary celebration for Vimalji and Pappu Bain because they are going to India. And we knew we were really fooled. When we arrived, it was actually Prabha's and my wedding anniversary, surprise wedding anniversary, being organized by them. And that was really heart-touching. And how they managed to call all my friends from out of town, Ohio, Texas, and so on, is really still a mystery to me. And they were all really surprised as this is how big of a heart they both have. And of course, the planning was flawless in this case as well. Then came 2000, and this is those of you who don't know, Vimalji also had a bypass surgery in 2012, just a couple of days after our anniversary, and they knew about that the surgery had to be done. Most of the people, maybe in the family, would have really advised him, forget the anniversary celebration you have planned, just do the surgery. The health is more important. But again, that is his commitment, their commitment. Said, no, we have planned this, we'll do this, and surgery can wait. And that's exactly what happened. Amazing. Then came 2013. My son Devesh and Megan were getting married. And those of you who don't know, all the planning, behind the scenes, everything was done by both of these individuals, Vimalji and Pappu Bain. Every single detail was planned out by them, right from location to food to hotel and so on. And Ravi and everybody really worked very hard to make this a very successful event. Just before the wedding, in September in 2013, we had really a freak accident, very serious one, and thank God we are really blessed that we are still standing in front of you in one piece on a turnpike. And we were actually going to distribute the wedding cards to one of our family members from India whom we knew. And this happened on the way, and of course, while the accident was happening, Prabha was talking to, Sunilji had called and she was talking to him, so she screamed when the accident happened, and he heard and he came right away. But more important, or equally importantly, when Vimalji and Pappu Bain heard about it, they left the party they were in and they came to our house. We were in a state of shock. Thank God we were in one piece, and it took us a long time to get over that. And I will always remember all the support from you. You came and you stayed with us all night. You didn't have clothes and still you said no, we'll stay to make sure you console us. And of course, ever since there are many, I mean, countless events I can go on, but some of these I wanted to share with you. And of course, our favorite routine is we always do prayers together, and they have all memorized all the prayers now, including the tough Ram Raksha Stotra, and they can now recite and sleep. So I'm very happy about that. And we also go on walking or various trips together, and especially in the mountains behind their house. That's really, we're waiting for the spring again to start. And things like those. Of course, I will not do justice if I fail to mention that Papu Ben is making everything happen behind the scenes all the time. She's amazing. Vimalji, you are very lucky to have her. Our heartiest congratulations to you on this 75th birthday. We pray that we have another grand celebration when you turn 100. On a lighter note, of course, if you haven't seen, which wasn't mentioned, just a few weeks ago we were together in California for a Vishwa Hindu Parishad Governing Council meeting. Gaurang Bhai was there as well. Yeah, you have probably the video, right? You can show. I wish we could show you. Vimalji was dancing like 18-year-old boy for hours, at least an hour, I would say. And this was a Hare Krishna group which had been brought there, and they were really motivating people. I don't think there was anybody who was sitting still after they motivated everyone, and of course Vimalji was an exception. There was nobody he looked like an 18-year-old person with a lot of energy at that time. Anyway, now we have a special thing for you also, a different kind. We went 10,000 miles away to bring you blessings and prasadam from Tirupati and 3 other temples for your health, wealth and well-being and success in everything you do. So Prabha should have it somewhere, and we want to offer it to you.
Thank you to Umesh Uncle and Alka Auntie. Let's give them a big round of applause. So I have a question for Seema, Veena, Vikas, Ravi, and Ma. Meticulous, high standard, and inflexible. That doesn't sound familiar at all, right? You're like, that's not Dad at all. That's not impossible. That can't be Dad. I think they're afraid to nod, Dad. That's the problem. They all agree, though. They all agree. It's okay. So next, I want to bring up Arjun Agarwal. And before you come up, you can come up. Sorry, you can come up. It'll take you 20 minutes. By the time you make it up here. So Arjun, for those who don't know, I mean, I've known Arjun forever. I've known Arjun actually longer than Veena's known Arjun, which is unbelievable. But Arjun is, he's really the glue of the family. So we call him Elmer's as a nickname. But he's the glue of our family. Calm, collected, thought-provoking, peacekeeper. And if you haven't had it, he's probably the best buttery toast maker in the family. He makes the best toast. So I invite you all to sleep over at his house tonight so that tomorrow morning you can sample his English muffins. real English muffins. Arjun has worked with Dad for decades and building their company through thick and thin, and Arjun has been by Dad's side and his right-hand man, his confidant, his sounding board, and his oldest son-in-law. Let's keep that in mind. Arjun.
First of all, I wasn't part of this planning. Veena, Vishaka, and Ravi had planned this, and I really didn't know what the setup was. So when I came here, I got confused. I thought maybe Dad was getting married. And I thought Anyway, as Harold said, I am Sudhani's oldest son, and I was asked to do a toast. Well, rather I was asked to roast Dad. But since I may have to ride home with him today, I thought I would be careful. Otherwise, it could be a very quiet ride home. So, first of all, I'd like to congratulate Dad on achieving this milestone in his life. The good news is that even though Dad is 75 years of age, he still has energy and vitality of a 30-year-old. But the bad news is that this year the candles cost more than the cake. And when we tried to light them, by the time we got to the 75th one, the first one had burnt out. So we opted to not have cake, and I think we're having some other dessert, apple crumble or something. Excuse me. So now I've known Dad for over 20 years, so I know him pretty intimately. And one thing about Dad is that you can always count on him to do the right thing. That's after he's exhausted all other possibilities. There are 4 things that define Dad's character. The first is his sense of family. He will go to all lengths to keep his family together. He will move heaven and earth to keep the family together. To deter me from ever having any grand plans of escaping the Sudhani family, he hired me in his company. And now I'm indebted forever. There is no escape. The second thing that defines Dad is his faith. You know, in the early days when I started working for him, I was sitting in my office, and I looked over to his office, and I could see through the door, he took his shoes off. And I thought, great, he's hired me, now he's going to go take a nap. But then I discovered that what he would do is he would take his shoes off, and then he would go to the wall where he had a picture of Ganeshi, and he would prostrate in front of him with folded hands and pray. Now, the remarkable thing is that he's done this for every single day as long as I've been there for the past 18 years. And although his shoes have changed, his socks have changed, his clothes have changed, and he's changed. That picture is still there, and that ritual is still there. And I thought the success of our company had something a little to do with me, but now I realize it's Dad's unflinching, unwavering faith in a power higher up that manifests through that picture that hangs on his wall. The third thing that defines Dad, which everyone's talked about, is his discipline. Dad is the most disciplined, Dad is the most disciplined, organized, meticulous, regimented person that I know. Whether it's organize something, whether it's his exercise regimen, whether it's diet, he sticks to it. Nothing can dissuade him. And having worked with him, I know that he's a stickler for documents. If you give him even the slightest bit of document, he will file it somewhere. And he will bring that to his defense if you ever get into an argument. And I swear, I have seen documents from my previous life that are in his files. And the last thing that defines Dad is his emotional sensitivity. When Dad understands your problem and how you feel about something, he will give his body and soul and heart to you. The trick is trying to get him to understand. Now, I wanted to read a little quip about life that I ran across the internet to Dad. So this is about life, Dad. Life, it's available for a limited time only. It's limited, one per person. Subject to change without notice, provided as is, and without any warranties. Non-transferable, and is the sole responsibility of the recipient. May incur damages arising from use or misuse. Additional parts sold separately. Your mileage may vary, subject to all applicable fees and taxes. Terms, conditions, and other restrictions apply. So enjoy the rest of your life, and may you have many, many happy moments. Happy birthday, Dad.
Give a big hand to Arjun. I don't get hugs like that. Jeez. That's why, I'm Gujarati. Where's my Gujarati people? Come on. Help me out, man. Jeez Louise. The Smarvarti thing is overrated. Anyway. You know, Arjun, the problem is you thought this was a wedding thing because you're old and confused. That's the whole problem, right? I mean, it's okay. It's okay. We still love you. So, no, but before I introduce Seema, who'll be talking next, you know, the reason I'm even here in this room on this microphone is because of this lovely individual. And it's interesting because those who don't know, I think Umesh Uncle was saying it, all the history that Dad had coming to this country years ago. In Jersey City in 1972, 3, and 4, I was here with my dad, and before my dad passed in 74, Dad used to drive my dad to work. So this is before even knowing, you know, anything. Seema and I were tied to the hip. By design. So Dad had, you know, he's meticulous, what did we say? Meticulous, high standard, and inflexible. So that was his plan from the get-go. He must have had a conversation with my dad at some point in the car saying, listen, your son, my daughter, we're gonna figure this out at some point. And lo and behold, here we are as a result. So the grand plans, Dad, have come true. Great job, and I appreciate it because I'm part of this amazing and wonderful family because of your scheming and your planning from years ago. Well done. So next, I want to introduce Daddy's little girl. You can't start crying now, Seema. So Seema, or Simu, which is what Dad calls her, and the weird thing is that I call her that too, so that's a little awkward. But anyway, so Seema left the Sudani coup in 1990 to come looking for me. And the college education was there too, but she came looking for me, clearly. And a successful career changer, because Alganti at one point said, hey, go do physical therapy and get into Northeastern, right? That was your fault, by the way. And she changed physical therapy. She got her MBA at Sloan, and she's successful, and I'm not. So anyway, a successful career changer, mom of 2. Seema actually is dad. So she's dad incarnate, which is really, really, really scary that there's more of dad. Anyway, she's organized, she's spreadsheet driven, if you've ever met her. She's fact-based, determined, successful, stress-free for the most part, committed to her family. Seema lives by dad's principles of family values, helping society, giving back to the community. She loves having talks with dad when she visits, but she mostly wishes that she was young enough to sit in dad's lap once again because that's her favorite spot. I'm not embarrassing you, it's okay. But anyway, give a big hand for Seema. Have her come up to the stage. Come up, Seemu. I may never call you that again, but that's okay. Seemu.
Whoa. All right. Hi, Dad. You're my hero. You're my motivation to never give up, my inspiration to give back to others, and my reason to live life to the fullest. They say that children learn what they live, and it's true, because I am who I am because of you and Ma. And it's funny, because I don't think you both purposefully thought the way we do, the way we raise our children, and how we're so particular and helicopter with our children. I don't think that you purposely thought about how you're gonna raise us. It was just that you lived your life the way you did. You lived your life with strong work ethic, with a sense of family and community, respect for others, healthy lifestyle, and we absorbed those values through you. It wasn't something that you purposely thought through. And so amazingly, your children and your grandchildren have absorbed those values. And but what's amazing is that your children and grandchildren are not the only beneficiaries of your presence. Each and every person in this room is a beneficiary of your presence and has been touched by you. Each one of us in this room tonight is stronger, is happier, is more giving because of you. And if we had more time, each and every person here would talk about a time that you held their hand during a time of need, or that you made them laugh, or that you worked towards a common community goal. And tonight, so we are not only celebrating your life, we are celebrating all of our lives, because all of us have been blessed by your positive energy and by your love. So happy birthday. Love you.
I am so proud of you that you did not cry. That's impressive. Because you cry during Lion King and stuff like that. So I'm very impressed. Way to keep it together. So the next up is Ravi Sudani, and Ravi and his brother Vikas. It's hard to sort of not talk about both together, even though Ravi's going to come up here. But Ravi and his brother Vikas are probably one of Dad's two most caring sons. I have nephews, but it's sons. I mean, here we are, Indian household. They're more sons. They've been there for Dad, supported the family business. They've mowed lawns, they've shoveled snow. You know, that's the job. They book airline deals, they book car deals, they load stuff and they unload stuff and they load stuff again. And then they unload it later. They used to travel for business. Ravi still travels for business, and they're the strength in the concrete of the foundation of Dad's life. Now Ravi, a new dad himself, continues to support Dad, and he and Vikas are some of my best friends. I grew up with them. I mean, Ravi, Vikas. And Vikas used to have hair, so That's okay. Those are good times, man. Those are good times. But from singing at my engagement at the age of 12, which all of you who know Ravi Kalupuki know that he has an amazing voice. But now being the dad of little Kabir, Ravi's all grown up, and because of that, please come up to the stage. Ravi Sodani.
Thank you, Arul. Welcome, everyone. I love Papaji, and I respect him very much. But there are a lot of things about him that just crack me up. For example, he'll be on the phone with the bank and say to the guy, "It's okay, yeah?" Or his love for technology. It only takes him a call to Ma, then Vishakha, then me, then Vishakha, to turn off Candy Crush requests on Facebook. Satsang has had a very positive effect on him. He practically repeats everything 108 times. What this tells me about Papaji is that he's not perfect. But with his hard work and his persistence, he can achieve anything. And the fact that I can openly joke with him, not just tonight, but anytime I want, is a testament of the deep bond that he and I share. Papaji is a royal person. There's richness and perfection in everything that he does. And he's able to maintain that royal personality because Ma supports him in any way that she can. Papaji has the ability to give, and give in a way that leads people towards progress. It's not always easy to give because a lot of times we attach ourselves with the object that we give instead of the purpose. But I observe Papaji give, and I get inspired every time. And in that sense, I really hope to be like him, because he pours his heart out to help, be it family or anyone else who needs him. In 75 years, Papaji's cultivated beautiful relations with so many people. A lot of those great friends are here with us tonight, and many have happily traveled long distances just to celebrate with us. On behalf of the entire family, I thank you all for your love and your friendship. Papaji, it's a privilege to have you, and you've influenced me very much in the way I live, in the way I make decisions. I hope you always remain in good health and good spirit. Happy birthday, and I love you. Thank you, everyone, and enjoy.
Let's give a big hand for Ravi. You know, the other line that I'm sure all of us in the family can completely attest to, that Dad says probably more than anything is, and I'm sure we can all say it together, "You're totally missing the point." Right? See, even his friends know, right? His friends know, "You're totally missing the point." Nobody knows what the point is. But I guarantee everyone in this room has missed it. You've missed it. Totally. Okay. Okay, Dad, are you ready? This is it. Not only are you blessed with your children, you're defined by your grandchildren, right? We have prepared and have been preparing for quite some time a very special little presentation for you. And with that, I'm going to ask my co-band members to go up on stage and get ready. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Don't screw anything up, guys, come on. So, the name of the band, Dad, is called 75 Horns. 75 Horns. And the reason it's 75 horns is because, one, of course you're 75, and two, it's because it's horns, H-O-R-N-S, Haril, Arissa, Nirvan, Rishi, Shivam and Rishi. So that's H-O-R-N-S. So 75 Horns, that is the name of the band. And we have prepared a couple of songs for you. One is a favorite of yours by one of my most favorite artists, Kishore Kumar. And it's a reminder that life has many things to throw at you. Why worry? Enjoy your life, because we're going to live it to the fullest. So give us at least 30 seconds, 1 minute to just get ready, and because I have to get there. So. 7 guests of honor tonight, which is crazy. 7 guests of honor. We have Dad, Vimal, Victor, Vimy, Nana, Dadu, and Papaji. They're all here. They're all here. And I wanted to say thank you. I wanted to say thank you for coming here and celebrating with us. And Dad, you've given us all a reason to be here tonight. You've inspired us, helped us, calmed us, taught us, guided us, financed us, laughed with us, cried with us, and made everyone in this room who they are. I know each of us can go on about you just because it's so easy. But as much as you are here for us, today we are here for you. Thank you. So Dad, do you know who else is 75? You're in good company. Ralph Lauren, also 75. Tina Turner, 75. Ian McKellen, for us Lord of the Ring nerds, that's Gandalf. He's also 75. And Francis Ford Coppola, an amazing director, producer, filmmaker, is also 75. Do you know what else happened in 1939? See, I did the math, so I could subtract, figure that out. In March 3rd of 1939, in Mumbai, Gandhiji began his first fast protest against the autocratic rule in India. On April 14th, John Steinbeck wrote The Grapes of Wrath. On May 3rd, the All India Forward Bloc is formed by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. On May 16th, the first food stamps were issued. On August 15th, my favorite, The Wizard of Oz debuted. I mean, my favorite meaning after Dad was born. Dad was born, that's a given. That was awesome. Gone with the Wind, Of Mice and Men, Wuthering Heights, and The Hunchback of Notre Dame all came out in 1939. The average cost of a new house, $3,800 in 1939. The price of a new car, $700. And the cost of a gallon of gas, 10 cents. Don't you ever forget it. 10 cents. But 32 years later, on November 10th, which is Dad's birthday, 1971, I was born. Dad and I share the exact same birthday, minus 32 years. So every year it's a contest. Who's going to call who first? I'm like, I got to call Dad right away. See if he'll wake me up, set the alarm, so I can call Dad before he wakes up in the morning. So, before we begin dinner, I want to have everybody raise their glass in a toast. Raise them up high, raise them up high. There you go. Dad, Vimal, Vimy, Victor, Nana, Papaji, whatever you want to be called. Jeez, you're like a chameleon. We love you very much. We will always be here for you, as you have for us. Today is not a reminder of age, but today is a day to celebrate who we surround ourselves by every day. On behalf of Ma, Arjun, Veena, me and Seema, Vikas, Iti, Ravi, Vishaka, and your 7 grandchildren, your guests, family, friends from near and far, we want to wish you a happy, happy, happy 75th birthday. And in the famous words of Mark Twain, wrinkles are merely indicate where smiles have been. Cheers. Happy birthday. We love you very much, Dad. And with that, I invite Vimal, Victor, Vimy, Papaji, Nana, Dadu to come up on stage to say some thanks. Come on, you can do better than that. Let's give him a big round of applause. He may not remember this tomorrow. Come on.
Hello, can you hear me? Wow. I'm really speechless. I really don't know I deserve what I've been told. But I do appreciate your love and affection for me. I'm overwhelmed to express myself. Few months back, children told me, Papaji, we will celebrate your birthday. I had no clue till today, before I walked in, what an elaborate celebration you planned for me. I also didn't have any idea who is coming also except few. What a pleasant surprise to see all my friends. And many of you have traveled long distances. I'm really honored. A few of my friends here have changed their flight coming from India just to attend this celebration. I just want to take a moment and say thank you. Thank you, every one of you, for the birthday wishes expressed few moments ago. It means a lot to me that you all took the time from your busy life to wish me a happy birthday. I feel very blessed to have each and every one of you in my life. This is a very special moment for me because of you all. No matter how old we get, we always need the support of our friends, family, and loved ones. I don't think of it as being another year older. I think of it as another year of having enjoyed with all of you for making my 75th birthday very special. Your wishes were all that was needed to make my day much more delightful. Thank you all very much for the wonderful feelings you gave me and made it the most memorable birthday of my life. I'm so glad that you all came. Without your presence, this celebration would not have as much fun. a hearty thanks again. There is nothing in the life and nothing in the world is worth achieving more than the love from the family and friends. Love you all. Thank you, and thank you all.
Let's give Dad a big round of applause. So as sad as everybody probably is that that's the end of the speeches, we will now be dining. So we will we will have dinner. Thank you very much. Please enjoy on behalf of the whole Sodani family and us extended Gujaratis. Please. There's so few of us. Please enjoy the rest of your evening and thank you again for coming. Enjoy.